Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here again for another edition of the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge. Now, I'm so excited today to share with you a special version of this segment because we're talking to people who are impacting the community and we want to find out what books inspire them to do what they do. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my first guest for the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge, Season 3. And her name is Kelly. Please welcome Kelly to the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge. She's going to be doing the challenge today.
Hi, David.
Hey,
Thank you
Kelly.
for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm really happy to have this conversation with you. And for those of you people who don't know who Kelly is the founder of Gears for Success. And can you tell us a little bit about what you do for Gears for Success? Gears for Success. I'm sorry.
Yes. So Gears for Success is a nonprofit organization whose main goal is to get underserved schools the educational supplies that they need. We're based in Guyana, and our first project, which we'll be doing this summer, is to build a library and a mathematics room in Hyles Primary School.
Mm-hmm.
So after doing a lot of research and how I can give back to my community, I'm actually from Hyles, I realized that the students really don't have basic educational supplies. They don't have reading books. They don't have basic math supplies. So I really want to just give back to them in that capacity.
Awesome. And this is why Kelly and I really see eye to eye, because we both have a strong passion for literacy and helping children succeed. As you can see, Gears for Success is doing that as we speak. And in her hometown of Guyana, where I've also had the pleasure of visiting several children and had a very good connection with a lot of people there. And so we're also working with Gears for Success to help them in their endeavor to bring books to the children in Guyana. So today we're going to talk to Kelly about what inspires her, and she's going to take the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge. So Kelly, as you might know, on this show we talk about books that inspire us, and we kind of tell people why we really enjoy this book. And in hopes and efforts that people can also be interested in this book and probably go and check it out and be inspired themselves. So Kelly, what books motivate you? What gets you going in the morning?
So I think, so it's kind of a long story about my favorite book.
Please do. You know I love stories. And you know I can tell a story too, so yes.
So, one of my all-time favorite book is I Know Why the Cage Bird Sing by Maya Angelou.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And I think it have to go back to Guyana, my whole backstory. I was born and raised in Guyana. I lived there until I was 11 years old. And growing up, we really didn't have a lot of books to choose from. So I think whatever books I could get my hands on, I would just be so happy to read them because we weren't really provided with a large selection in schools. So growing up, I probably just read the stereotypical books that kids read, like maybe Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Red Riding Hood, and a lot of fairy tale books.
Like traditional classic books.
Yeah, traditional classic books. I remember my cousin gave me a book. It's probably like this thick, and it was just filled with fairy tale stories.
Oh, I love those things. Like those collections.
Yes,
those
collections.
Those.
And I was so happy. I don't think he understood how much of an impact that had on me. I was so happy.
Okay.
So growing up, it was just like whatever books I had, I could read. But when I actually came to America, I found that I had more of an autonomy over what books I can choose from.
Right.
And then I realized that I was gravitating a lot to nonfiction and to just autobiography. So the first book that really stood out to me was I Know Why the Cage Bird Sing by Maya Angelou. And just like reading how she came into her own skin through literature kind of helped me come into my own skin through literature. To be proud of my blackness, to be proud of who I am as like a young black woman growing up in America where everything seems so different and everything is changing, but how to use your circumstances to put yourself in uncomfortable positions and actually do something about it. So that's why I just really loved I Know Why the Cage Bird Sing. Is my all-time favorite book, hands down.
Now, you mentioned a lot of great things because, first off, my son was just in a play, and he was doing the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. He was an Oompa Loompa.
Okay.
And they did the show a few nights in a row, and on the last night, my son won the golden ticket they were giving in the pamphlets, and he got, as a prize, he got some chocolate.
Okay.
He got the movie, and he also has the book.
Oh, okay.
So I was so excited because I love books, and I'm like, yes, we've been watching the show. I was prepping them for the play but now I actually have the book, and they've actually read the book, even though they saw the movies, they've been in the plays, and now they're still reading the books, and they're enjoying it even differently. They're telling me things about it from the book that we didn't see in the play.
Yeah.
Or in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that. The second thing you mentioned is you fell in love with fairy tales.
Yes.
And that's what got you going.
Yes.
So I appreciate that because I always feel like recreational reading or leisure reading is more influential on a child than reading textbooks and things that they're assigned to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think reading fairy tales really gets your imagination going. It gets you excited about reading because, yes, you can have so many books assigned in classrooms and force kids to read.
Right.
But really, when they have the opportunity to choose from what books to read, they're more invested in it. I've talked to a lot of friends who love to read also, and they would tell me over like winter break in maybe middle school, they were just so happy to have time to just go home and maybe go under their covers and just read a book and escape in a book.
That is amazing because that's what it. I think childlike imagination is what I hope to pass on to the next generation.
Yes.
And when I was thinking of even offering books to children, people were telling me, you know what, tablets are in now. People don't want to read anymore. What do you say to someone who says that? Because you're trying to also help the next generation. What do you think about technology versus reading and those type of things?
So I'm actually not 100% against using technology
to read. Neither am I.
I think there is something about having a physical book in your hand and feeling the pages and turning that's really just fascinating. Like it makes you want to read more.
Yeah.
But I also think with technology I remember the first time I read an ebook and I was actually very excited for it. Yeah. My cousin got me a Kindle gift card for like $25 for my birthday. And I was just so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, there's like so many books I can buy. It's like, wow, I'm like, it's over. I can do whatever I want now. So just like having having the access to technology and reading it on the trains and like any spare times, I think is also very helpful.
So I think you're saying what I believe too is that as long as you're reading, it's important to read and enjoy what you're reading.
Yes.
So yeah, I feel like technology can also help play a part in helping people who don't have access to things because now you have a Kindle or a tablet and you have 100 books in it.
Yes.
And you don't have space for 100 books in your house, but you have one Kindle and an outlet. You can actually access books. So I agree. I think anything that promotes reading or any way that allows people to enjoy reading would be what I'd be behind. So about your organization, you said that you're sending materials back to your home school.
Yes.
What are the age of the students in your home school?
So, Rice's primary school caters for students in grades 1 through 6. So, any reading materials that are for any reading materials for grades 1 through 6 would be very helpful.
1 through 6 American grades?
Yes, American grades. Yeah, so the grades actually coincide with each other.
Oh, okay, good.
So grade 1 over there is grade 1 over here also.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yes. So it's basically elementary school plus
middle school and then junior high or whatever.
Yes.
I might. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, just the first and sixth grade. So most of elementary school and a little bit of middle school.
Got you. All right. Well, I'd like to know more about this. So Maya Angelou, she influenced you as you were a young woman growing up in America. Yes. You're from New York?
Yes.
You were raised in New York as well?
Yes, when I first came to America, I moved to New York.
And which part? Which borough?
Brooklyn.
All right, because I'm from Queens. And I was raised in Queens as well. I'm born and raised in Queens, New York. And I also enjoy Maya Angelou. Like, she's really one of the, like, she's the bomb for me, too. How do you think your life would have been reading Maya Angelou in Guyana? Do you think it would have impacted you the same way?
So, I think there's a lot of really great. Her book covers a lot of really great themes that are universal, whether you're in Guyana or whether you're in America. It had just like, and it's just like as a young woman growing up, it's about, for me, it was more so about getting confidence in yourself. Okay. So I can definitely see how Maya Angelou would still have been a role model for me. But just being in America and it was a bit more relatable because she spoke a lot, like, because she was in the South, she spoke a lot about, like, themes with racism, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that was a bit more new to me in America than in Guyana.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easier for me to navigate and understand where she was coming from reading it in America.
Wow. Amazing. That's interesting because I didn't know if certain books had certain purposes or a stronger presence in certain parts of the world than others.
Yeah. But even though like I definitely see how it impacted me in America, I think just growing up and having a strong Black woman presence is like very helpful. So those are more so like the universal themes that I was talking about earlier that would impact me whether I was reading the book in America or just reading the book in Guyana.
With that said, Kelly is also raising awareness for the project that she's doing through Gears for Success, and she's accepting donations through books, material supplies for the students, and also financial backing if you are interested. Where can someone who wants to contribute to your organization, how would someone get access to that?
So Gears for Success, actually, we have our own website. So if you just go to gearsforsuccess.org and follow the link to donate, you will actually be able to donate directly if you want to give us financial backings. But if you want to donate supplies, if you want to donate books, loose leaves, pencil, anything that you think would be helpful for elementary school students, then you can actually go to contact us and send us a quick email, and we can arrange a time for us to meet and get the supply.
Right. So, anything could be sent, or do you have a selected list of items?
So yes, we're very open just because it's a new project and we know we need to start from scratch. So we're very open with what materials we do take. But we also have a list on our website about strongly suggested materials.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming and telling me about what gets you going, because I find out that we have so many things in common. And this is the purpose of this exchange. I want to know what motivates people who are doing great things, or regular people like me, who just kind of interested. Regular people like us who just want to know how you feel about the books that inspire you. So continue to share the books and the stories that you've been reading. Tell a friend about the program, or tell a friend about things that you're reading at home. Just share those stories with others, and you never know how it impacts someone else when you just exchange that energy with them and let them know what's going on in your life and what's teaching you how to be the person you are today. So again, I want you to check out the great things that Kelly's doing through gearsforsuccess.org.
Yes.
And also help and contribute to her cause if you can. Join us again, and we will be talking to other people, and hopefully it's you telling us about the books that you've read and the stories that motivate you. This has been another edition of the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge. That's how we do it here. And Kelly will be back, I'm sure, and she'll be telling us about the great things that are happening on the other side once the books and the materials are collected. And we look forward to hearing those stories as well.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Great having you.
It's the Ever After Foundation. Ever After Foundation. Giving books to kids in every single nation. You don't have to fret, shorty. You can take some and share it with your friends for their elevation. Education is the key to success. Believe in yourself. Know that